to Manhattan, Kansas, where you'll hear EMAW, every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child love the Kansas State Wildcats. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Cyclones offense will start this game off. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse.
Coming out aggressively. Go to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. And so much for feeling each other out for a few plays. These guys come out spinning it.
All gas, no brakes. Come in and spin the magic bean on the opening play of the game, taking a shot. Doesn't get better than that.
Headed to the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Iowa State. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The Wildcats offense will go to work for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
On the ground, it's Marquez. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding crease.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cyclones. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will... onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Iowa State sending the offense back out. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can.
Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got his man. Touchdown, Iowa State. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
It'll be third and short from their own 33. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on... And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force...
Touchdown, Cyclones! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right, offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it, there's time, but this is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score a touchdown right here.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Try to get it to the edge. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Gets away. He's going to take off. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Now on second down. After run, now throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab. It's Welch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Oh, gave the defender the business. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
They come to the line with a minute to play in the opening quarter. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. And the Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Pirouettes through. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Offense now working in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go.
Iowa State 35, Kansas State 0.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
On the run, fires downfield. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Casey.
Throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Kansas State will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A soaring high punt with serious hang time. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Iowa State sending the offense back out. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's caught inside the 20. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The give to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Iowa State 42, Kansas State 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Looking to buy time. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
The Cyclones will have it 1st and 10. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. He's got it. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
He unleashes a long one. Snags it on the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
Gathering up a head of steam out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Calls his own number. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And it's caught at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Cyclones! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. ULM was able to walk off the field there in Monroe with the win, but not necessarily without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Looking to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
A little screen to the running back. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's going to pass. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They keep attacking through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burns. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Gets it out fast. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Wildcats headed quickly to the line. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab outside. It's Casey. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Rice. He puts him in business across. A timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Welch. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Getting some heat. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. Kansas State will have to punt it away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground.
Iowa State offense will take over. First and 10.
One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to go up top on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
And the Cyclones will kick it off to start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing...
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Caught in the backfield, it's Casey. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Great contact on that ball, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the returner will be dragged down.
All right, let's go return, guys. You've got to do a better job with ball security. You know these coverage unit teams, they got 50-yard runs at you. They're coming in with a big head of steam. If you're not making a miss, you've got to have two hands on the ball.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
He's got it. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
The Cyclones are marching down the field. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Going to work on 2nd down. The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Cyclones will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Touchdown, Iowa State! And the route is on. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Pulled and fired complete.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Let's go. They'll run it from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Second down coming up. Now the play fake. Trying to get to him. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the ball will come to rest just inside the 40-yard lines. Iowa State sending the offense back out. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got it in the middle, it's Hoffman. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. The Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On target over the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Cyclones have pushed it inside the 20. 42 Spider. He's got it on the right. Touchdown, Cyclones! And the stomping has commenced.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And that's a live ball. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
Yeah, and you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. The problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football, but it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. No Good. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in front. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Kansas State,
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And it's incomplete on third down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They go to the ground. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Ran through the contact. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. The Cyclones have enough for the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Here's the handoff. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
They'll leave it with him. The spin, still on his feet. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. To the ground with the back. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try to get outside. They get him down after a 4-yard gain to the 6.
Yeah, you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a 3rd down.
Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Iowa State! And the beatdown has ensued. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Florida Atlantic was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Boca. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Safe completion on the screen. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Kansas State will have to punt it away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Can't hang on, he muffs it. And the returner is stopped.
And a huge thank you in order right there. That returner is literally going to go find my man and go, thank you so much for making up for my mistake. That could have been huge, but the offense caught a break and fell.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
To the 10. Off he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cyclones. And the punishment has been extended. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Iowa State 80, Kansas State 7.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th.
Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the ball will be down just outside the 30-yard line.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They think there's room to run to the right here. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Cyclones will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. K-State State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Iowa State sending the offense back out. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did. We saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.